Hey man, your hip still hurt?
Hey, yeah, it's still bugging me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What have you been doing?
Nothing? Nothing? Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Well, you gotta do something. What are you gonna do?
Probably make a video about it.
Don't call it a comeback.
The goal of fully healing isn't just making sure that that part of you doesn't hurt anymore. Of course, that's the end goal, but let's say you take some time off. And when you come back, that part of you doesn't hurt anymore. So you jump back in. But with the same bad habits, the same weak muscles, and the same bad form that got you here in the first place. And boom, a week later, you're in the exact same spot. So during this time of recovery, instead of sitting around and doing nothing, we want to incorporate exercises and stretches to correct that bad form and strengthen those muscles so whatever caused you to get hurt in the first place doesn't happen to you again in the future. Christopher McDougall calls this a wobble. Christopher McDougall is the author of Born to Run. Great book, especially if you're into distance running. Highly recommend. McDougall also wrote the lesser known book Born to Run 2 alongside Eric Orton, renowned ultra runner and endurance coach, and heavily featured in Born to Run. Born to Run 2 is a training guide. It teaches the principles that were promoted in Born to Run. It's not a proper sequel like one might think. I would have named it Born to Run. Anyway, McDougall writes in Born to Run 2, a wobble may not present as an injury yet, but it's in the same family. It can lock you into a cycle of low-grade frustration and nagging pain, and prevent you from reaching your health and performance goals. If your feet hurt when you get up in the morning, if your back is twingy, if every run feels like a slog and you never seem to get fitter or faster, guess what? You got a wobble. Turns out my hip pain is being caused because I'm not engaging my glutes when I'm running. Right now my ass is my wobble. What's yours? So now we have a start, but now we have to figure out how to fix it. For me, I have to start activating my glutes. What does that mean? And how do you do that? Unfortunately for my haters, but my butt's gonna have to get bigger. The recommendation from my doctor was 10 minutes of glute activation exercises before a run. It's kind of funny. I asked him what exercises I should do and he said just to YouTube it, so here we are. All right. Well, I don't really know what the names of any of these are, but this is what I've been doing. So first, we've been doing these leg lift things. But basically, all you're doing is taking your leg, pointing your toe down, then tapping the floor, and coming up. Oh, this is a great angle. Feeling the burn in your buns. I do about like 10. And then I switch to the next one, which is the same position, but you kind of want to lean your hips in a little bit, and then take your foot and point your toe up. Make sure your hips are still leaning. You don't want to be like this. So want to give your hips a little bit of lean, toe up, and then up. Just really feeling it in your butt. The next thing I do is I take this resistance band, bring my legs together, take it, and then just tie it around. Just nice and tight so it doesn't slip. And then I get into this position, whatever this is, and then it's just back and forth. And I just do this until my buns are just screaming. My glutes are properly engaged. And I'm ready to get running. Doing these before a run will help my body recognize what glute activation feels like. So when I'm running, I kind of start to instinctively activate my glutes. I also want to work on quickening my cadence. Cadence is important because it determines how long your foot is on the ground. The longer your foot is on the ground, the more pressure you're putting on your joints and your muscles, thus causing a greater risk for injury. The next thing was run more hills.
Go find the hill. And if you don't have a hill, set the incline up on your treadmill.
The last thing is to properly stretch after a run. I've never really taken stretching that seriously, even though I do stretch sometimes, or used to sometimes, but I never took it as seriously as I really needed to. But now, ever since I've gotten hurt, these last couple weeks, after every run and workout, I've been just trying to at least get, at least 10 minutes of stretching. 15, 20 if I'm feeling real good. But what I'm doing here is just kind of a sped up version of what I normally do after a run or workout or whatever. Usually I would be holding these for about 10 to 15 seconds, but I'm not going to make you sit and watch all of that. What I'm really just trying to do is hit every single muscle group that I felt like I've worked on during a run or workout or whatever. That's been just really beneficial for me in these last couple weeks to really take this seriously. And if you have no idea what to do for stretching, just literally just type in stretch, how to stretch, what stretches should I be doing, the workout you're doing, and then stretch. So like if you're running stretch. If you're working out stretch. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. But there's just so much information out there, especially on YouTube. It's absolutely insane. If something is hurting, just type that part of you into YouTube and there'll be a bajillion videos just ready for you. I mean, geez, I've gotten most of this stuff. Not most of it, all of it from YouTube videos. There's various ones that I've come across in my day. Get up, pull my pants down so you don't see anything you're not supposed to. Then after stretching, break out this bad boy, massage gun. Just do this whenever I really can. I'm sitting doing work, watching TV, making dinner, on the toilet, whatever. Remember, when you're working out hard, you gotta recover hard. Just for the record, I don't think my butt is my only weakness. I have a lot of things to work on. And I think it's a good goal for this training session to pinpoint those things. Find those weaknesses and strengthen them. No idea how I'm going to find them, let alone fix them, but that's a future me problem. One last thing I wanted to cover while I'm on the topic of injuries is when you're being active, lifting, running, whatever, you're gonna get sore. You're gonna experience some sort of pain or discomfort. But what's good pain? Expected pain? And what's bad pain? Pain that leads to injuries. I also asked my doctor this question, and this is what he said. Bone soreness versus muscle soreness. So obviously muscle soreness is what you get when you work out, you run, your muscles are gonna get sore. But if you're feeling that soreness in your bones, might be time for you to take a step back. If the pain is causing you to change form, let's say you're running with a limp or something, this is bad because it causes imbalances. It means that some muscles are gonna have to work harder to compensate from the muscle that's hurt. And this can cause all sorts of issues, as in not only you have the injury you're dealing because you're limping, your muscles that are being overworked to overcompensate for those weak muscles are gonna be under a lot more stress, thus causing a greater risk for more injury. And finally, when the pain is spreading, when let's say your knees hurt, and you can start feeling it into your shins or into your lower quad or even all the way up your quad, your hammies, or anything like that, then if that's the case, we might need to consider some more options. And as always, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know anything. If you feel like you're actually really hurt, go to a doctor. Figure that stuff out. Remember, healing takes time. It's not going to get better overnight, but it will get better. You just have to work for it. Well, that's it for this video. Right now, by the time this video comes out, I think I'll be in about week 10. The workload has definitely gotten up now that I've started to feel better. And next video, we're gonna get into it. I'll walk you through a full week of my training and how things are going. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.